A day after fire tore through a village block here in downtown Palmyra, tenants and building owners still cannot get inside because it is still sectioned off as part of an investigation.
Once it came up and over, then it hit the roofs and went all across.
Frank Graham could only sit and watch.
This is the older portion, no firewalls.
Until the fire reached his building. He bought the one next to Mark's Pizzeria 20 years ago.
I hope they can save them, but it doesn't look good.
Frank paid back the May rent to all of his tenants, including Jamie and James Rose.
And our daughter, and that's all we need. Everything else can be replaced.
Who any day are expecting their first child.
So I turned around to leave, and I look out the window, and it's just a big, huge cloud of smoke. So I quick run downstairs to see what's going on, and there's flames shooting out the window right next to where I was standing.
This was the newlyweds' first apartment. Missing in the charred remains, a piece of jewelry.
My wedding ring. My fingers are too swollen to wear it, and it's gone.
And so is everything else gone, except what they packed in the car.
Thank you.
An extra change of clothes, the diaper bag with a couple pairs of clothes for the baby, the car seat, and the stroller.
All Cheryl Payne O'Connor can do is pray.
We don't have insurance because we can't afford it, so anything that's lost in there is gone, and we'll have to replace it somehow.
Cheryl's one of the founding members of the Spark of Divinity congregation, which has grown from 5 to 30. They will look for a new home and hopes others will find one too.
Well, we're strong, we're growing, we'll be fine. And I just pray for the other people that lived in the apartments above and the other businesses. I hope that they're all right as well.
Tenants and building owners hope that they can get a closer look of exactly what was damaged by at least Monday. In Palmyra, Caroline Tucker, News 8.
We're doing the Mama Tomato Pasta Dinner fundraiser. Each one of these boxes holds 300 containers. So these are just the bottoms, and every single one is going to be represented by one $5 donation. What we got here is a whole lot of sauce. The tomatoes that we use, they're not already crushed. I mean, we have to grind them by hand.
12 pounds in each. Doing tons of butter today, probably close to 100 pounds of butter.
We are filling tins with garlic butter, and it smells really good.
Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. Butter.
It feels really good. I love working with so many people and helping so many people, and being a part of something is really, really cool.
And then at 12 o'clock noon is when we're going to start Operation Meatball.
Kind of get it all in there, squish it down, and take your palm of your hand and scoop it off.
I can't describe to you the feeling that you get once you see like this whole line of people and knowing that every single penny is going to the Victor Farmington Food Cupboard to help our own community.
It's horribly disheartening when our shelves don't have items on it. What he's doing is going to allow us to feed 500 plus families out of this food cupboard. It means a lot. It touches them, it touches their hearts. It means so much to them that people are willing to help them put food on their tables for their families.
With Rochester's sunrise, eager runners took to the Flower City Challenge start line. It began with a moment for Boston. It's a moment that has shaken Mark Clementi. 2 weeks ago, just 100 yards from the Boston finish line, a second bomb exploded.
It was surreal, I just, I got hit with some shrapnel, and I just, really couldn't comprehend what was going on, being that far into the race. But, I went from trying to finish the marathon to survival mode pretty fast.
Russ Herman was there too, blocks away. Today, he's cheering from the sidelines.
We just want to, give our best wishes to the families and know that they're going to live with us for a lifetime. And we want them to know we'll always be there for them.
And Denise Gradadoro's every step was for Boston.
I think all of our hearts go out to the people there and what happened, the innocent bystanders. I do have Jeff Bauman's name written on my leg. I have legs that work. Even if my legs get tired, I'm going to think of those that lost their legs.
It's all about communication following Boston. And here there is a command post for the first time to coordinate EMS, fire, and the police department.
It's a 5K approaching finish.
911 dispatchers manned the phones. Emergency responders were highly visible.
This is something that you do. It lays out the organizational, and everybody's jobs are in here and where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do.
And the response plan heightened. The city's hazmat team also placed wireless gas monitoring devices throughout the course.
This is technology we've had for probably about 10 years. We're just starting to implement it in these types of events now.
Every incident is a learning experience for the emergency response community.
This time, as Clemente approached the finish line, all he heard were the cheers. In Rochester, Caroline Tucker, News 8.
It's called a squirrel slam ceremony.
Then those people have a right to say what to do in their community.
The typically sleepy village of Holly is anything but these days.
Shame on Holly, New York!
We love Holly! We love Holly!
At the center of all the noise,
Holly's fantastic!
Squirrels. For the 7th year in a row, the Holly Fire Department held its Squirrel Slam fundraiser.
Yes, I'm all for it. It's a way of life out here, you know. That's the way we live.
Hunters as young as 12 years old can enter up to 5 squirrels for weighing. The biggest wins a prize.
It's wrong. I'm against the gun laws. They shouldn't have a gun until they're at least 21 or so, when they're well in their mind of what they should do and what they shouldn't do. I think they're wrong.
Holly fire officials would not say how much they even raised from the Squirrel Slam and whether or not they'll consider a different fundraiser next year.
Everybody has the freedom of speech and have their own opinions, and that's what our governments and countries founded on.
You didn't have to be in Holly to hear of the Squirrel Slam or the controversy surrounding it. Online petitions and opinions circulated quickly. Despite the protests, the hunt went on, and so does the debate.
The time for change has come.
In Orleans County,
And I'm 1 county away, so now...
Amy Young, News 8.
Lines of mourners as far as the eye could see. Firefighters, police officers, and citizens poured into Webster Strader High School, all to honor firefighters Mike Ciparini and Tomas Kachelka.
When we heard Christmas Eve morning what happened up here and how much of a tragedy that was, our hearts fell to the floor. And we wanted to come up here in the worst way and make sure that they knew that we did not forget what they did for us. And we will never forget what they did for their own community as well.
William Madden is the Assistant Chief of the Oceanside Fire Department. Members of the West Webster Fire Department, including Mike Ciparini, went downstate to help during Hurricane Sandy.
I was heartbroken, I was saddened, and I was upset that we weren't closer to get there faster to help these men and women.
First responders are told to expect the unexpected, but the Lake Road shooting is something most say they will never understand.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These poor guys going in there to try to help, and something like this happens. It's just hard to take.
It's pretty sad. These guys were doing their job, exactly what they're trained to do, and it's something that's hard to prepare for.
The long lines of support did not surprise the first responders. Many depend on the brotherhood in tough times.
We're all one. We're all one together, and when something like this happens, we try our best to try to show support for the families.
And we will always pay respects to any brother or sister who does that kind of job for their towns and their homes and their families.
Following an early morning fire at this home on Chi-Light Avenue, 8 people who used to live here are now trying to salvage anything that's left.
The top floor is where it's all gone. That's where I used to live.
Jim, who didn't want us to use his last name, first noticed smoke in his apartment just after midnight this morning.
So I ran out as quickly as I could to get my neighbors out of the building because it looked like the smoke was coming very fast. It looked like it was coming from inside the walls somewhere.
Jim's apartment is one of 3 in the house. He's lived there for more than 20 years.
One thing that hurts, I was an artist, a lot of my artwork was destroyed. So, but I guess, they're just material things, as long as you're healthy, I guess. It's just the material loss can be a little hard on me.
Jim's able to find a few pictures and some other belongings worth saving. Everything he owns has been reduced to the trunk of his car.
Flurry! Come here, Flurry!
Vicky Sperry and her son live next door to Jim. They also lost everything. She's hoping to find her cat Flurry and a few keepsakes.
Pictures of my dad, he's passed away, and pictures of my oldest son when he was a baby. Just, stuff you can't replace. That's what kills you.
Vicky hasn't been to bed yet, and the severity of the fire is beginning to sink in.
Oh, I got a really big nervous breakdown coming soon. I've had 2 little ones, but I got a really big one coming.
For now, Vicky and her son will live with family. Jim is going to stay with a friend, and both are just thankful to be alive.
Everybody got out safely, and that's the main thing. Nobody got hurt.
The Red Cross is assisting all 3 families affected. Reporting in Chilai, Allie Tui, News 8.
Firefighters do cry, we're emotional, but to see a wounded warrior, a hero, it's going to be a big toll on everybody.
A standing ovation from the crowd and a salute from his fellow first responders. West Webster firefighter Joseph Hofstetter stepped out onto the soccer field, the public seeing him for the first time since the Christmas Eve tragedy.
It is exhilarating. I mean, all I can say is it's hard to even explain the emotion and the support we're getting from the Rochester community on a day like today. It's absolutely overwhelming.
Although Hofstetter didn't speak, his presence was enough. It was a way for the community to see that the injured hero was recovering. A line of firefighters, police officers, and EMTs stood by his side as the entire arena showed their love and support to all first responders.
Through such tragedy, it's been uplifting. It's really helped.
First Responder Appreciation Day brought in a record crowd for the Lancers game. More than 10,000 fans packed Blue Cross Arena. They bought custom-made t-shirts honoring the fallen heroes and all first responders.
It's a testament to Rochester and the community as a whole. I mean, it's unfortunate, obviously, what happened. But just seeing the community come together and just come support each other is unbelievable.
December 24th will never be forgotten, but first responders believe events like today's help not only the fire department, but the entire community move on.
It's been difficult, but we've kept our sights forward, and we're trying to make the right decisions to move the department forward.
The firefighters and paramedics, we bond together like no other group does, so it's amazing to see that we bond together no matter what happens.
Thomas and Schrader, we love each other, we love to play against each other, and it really doesn't matter what we're doing, is the whole town comes out when we play.
Get it to Campbell.
They're playing as hard as they can. They're going to try to win this game, but it's all for a great cause.
I think it's supposed to be fun, but I mean, it's Webster, so I'm sure there's a little bit of competition in there too.
Let's go, Thomas! We wanted to do this because we lost some of our Webster firemen, and they were part of our Thomas family. And I felt like I needed to do something, and it was a way to get our kids to look forward to something and make them smile. It's very humbling, and it just goes to show what the town the Webster is. No, it's actually easier now that I'm here. It was kind of, thinking about it at home today, I was wondering what the heck I was doing, but now that I'm here, I know it's the right thing. I feel so liberated. You have a very pretty scalp. Not even a little bit. As she was doing it, all my nerves went away. It just felt good. I was like, this is all right. So Monday's gonna be okay. The kids are excited.